How's it going, everybody? It's your boy McWhoopin, and today we are back with yet another episode of Cities Skylines. And today we are gonna finish working on Suburbia, and if we have any time left, we might end up starting on working the highway around our region a little bit more. Not 100% certain if we're going to be able to get that far, but it is definitely something we're going to need to do. If not this episode, then definitely next episode, because we're going to need to get that going. But first things first, today, I said we're going to work on getting this area done. So we're going to add in a little bit more industrial, some commercial, and then some residential up top here. Finish that off, just we have this area done. And then we are going to tackle this interchange because this one's just not working. There's too much traffic coming into here. And it being so close to the edge here that everything's just blocking up. So I'm going to actually change these interchanges into roundabouts. So that's going to be a thing. And just try to add a little bit more into here. Probably add in a couple of garbage places to make sure we get more than enough garbage in here. So that's going to be kind of the plan. So we will get the time lapse going and work through all of this for you. Okay, so first things first here, we'll end up just deleting one of the two roads because you don't need two roads on each of those sides because that's just kind of redundant. Now, just adjusting the roads to make it look a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer, so it's not as janky, which most of my roads are usually just far too janky anyways. But now that we got that done, we can go and adjust all the roads. So, like the roads that we're switching from 1 lane to 2 lanes, we don't need that anymore. And then we'll also just upgrade the highway, because while we're here, since we're upgrading from, downgrading from the 4 to 3, might as well do it the 3 with the sound barrier to reduce a little bit of noise pollution. And that's good. Now, for the traffic roundabouts here, start getting into a few little problems here. So like when I first do this here, you can see the road went underneath, tried undoing everything, but started artifacting, and there's issues with nothing going back properly. So just have to delete and then try it again. And turned off anarchy, so things should work a little bit better. And try this again, and the road still is going underneath, so need to take that off. And then here's another little issue with the road not working properly. So now attempt number 3 would actually put this as an elevated thing, but it doesn't actually go up at all. Try adjusting the elevation steps on it, see if I can get that to an actual proper level, and that still didn't do anything, which is annoying as all hell. But since it actually is above ground, now it actually now I can actually at least select all the nodes and actually just move them up with movement mods. So selected everything, and then just Control H to adjust the height to specific levels, so it's all the same. But of course, a couple of these didn't properly work because, of course, it doesn't. And so just readjust that. That stretch of road for some reason didn't want to properly connect, so I had to delete that. And now the issue with right here is when deleting some of those roads, the pillars didn't delete when I did that, so now I had to remove them all and take them all out manually because I don't know why. These things just didn't want to delete on their own. But there we go. So got those cleared out. Can add the road back into place. Make it look a little bit nicer. Now take these. Just the road height. So it is a little bit nicer of a pathway to go up and down. And then delete the couple that are over there for the pillars. And there we go. So that's done. Now set up the traffic circles, adjust the just speeds, drop it down to 60, make it easier for them to get on or off the circles. And of course doing the control shift click on the junctions to actually make sure that they yield to traffic and all that stuff. So that is now done. Now looking over here, there's a lot of issues with the traffic going down the main street here. Right here, it's they're just constantly stopping. We're at the intersection all the time, even though they are supposed to be going through normally, but because it's opposite, so I just have them go through the intersection. That does stop them from doing that, which is good. So that'll hopefully adjust itself out. But you can see here, this is starting to thin out a little bit as the traffic starts going down. And just the time back to daytime so we can see what's going on. But yeah, so you can see it's starting to open up a little bit more. And also didn't notice that this was still 4 lanes, so adjust that back to a 3. That's good. That's starting to adjust itself down. Still slowing down over here, which is annoying. So adjusting the speed now. Turning off the junction restrictions, have them go through each of these intersections. Turning off crossings. Should help with that. Double checking the time on the time traffic lights here, since want to make sure that there's as much time as possible for the cars to actually turn, which there is, so don't really need to do any adjustments on that. Remove the crossing there and have them move through on that one so they move through a little bit faster. There we go, we got that part done, and now we can move to this upper portion here and get this going so we can actually finish filling in our suburbia area here. So got ourselves a nice big 4-lane road, and then we'll just kind of work with the train stations over here to make the roads so it's all kind of so it's all working with the tracks, so you can fit in what we can. And over here, do a little office park area, office industrial area. Just little offices. So there we go. So we have our industrial, we have our offices, and now just go with big massive grids to do our residential. And for some reason that one didn't want to properly connect all the way to the end, so won't bother. And then just add in a middle line over there so they have an extra access point out. And then do the same thing here. We're giving it a road up. And then there we go. That is all done. Take a look around. Things still are looking pretty decent. But at this point, might as well go fill in what I want to do over here. We'll just put in some more garbage processing, so we don't have to ever worry about garbage here over here. Did want at least one landfill site, just because wanted that extra bit of coverage, and then also get a waste transfer facility, because in the middle industrial area is where I'm actually going to put the waste processing, just because. And over here, I want to make sure I get the ability to get garbage processed and incinerated, so we don't have any in the landfill. So put a bunch of incinerators over there. That should also help keep everything from overflowing. And now time to put in all of our pipes wherever we need them. And of course underneath the road, so they would have access to doing this in the real world. And there you go, got that all sorted out. Now, time to actually fill in the actual zoning on this place. Of course, pop a little bit of high density just for extra contrast, and do low commercial along the top part of the road where the residential is going to be, and then high density commercial on the other side where all of the industrial is going to be, just to kind of give it an extra layer of cushion for the residential. And then of course putting in our services, because we always need services around here. And here I'm going to try to put in as small of a school as I possibly can, because they don't need big schools in this area, because I already have more than enough coverage in terms of actual student coverage. So I just need a place for people just to be happy in. And of course we'll just kind of give the kids a little bit extra by putting in a park beside there, and then also the high school gets a basketball court and a pool, just to give the kids in the schools a little bit of ability to do some fun outside activities. And now filling all this area with industry. That done. And so over here, turning this into an office park area. There we go, got ourselves offices all over there. And put in commercial. Continue filling everything in here. Except on the road itself, but putting in little bits of high density residential in a couple places here, not very many. And we're just pretty much gonna have to let that grow out for a while. But want to make sure we get every chance possible to get this to grow, so we'll also bring in our bus lines, so having connected to the smaller station there. It's a perfect way to get us to have it transfer out and about and around. Try to rename this. We got the upper highway industrial, which I didn't hit enter because I always forget to hit enter, so it didn't actually change the name. And readjust for the buses. And now, time to do the residential area where we're just gonna kind of give it just a basic kind of loop. Thinking of actually whether or not I was gonna bring it up there or just bring it back over. And I was like, you know what, might as well just bring it over. Just a small little loop, that's all we need. Just the buses. So we actually have 4 buses and just being the same big buses that we normally have. That one renamed it to Upper Highway Residential and Upper Highway Industrial. So there we go, buses are properly named. So we got everything covered in terms of our public transit. So we should be good for that. Traffic is still massive going through here. So we're going to have to come up with some new ways to thin the traffic, get more people going through. And of course, adjusting the roads so we don't have those bottlenecks that we have on the main drag where everything slows down because of the extra nodes and the crossings and not having the go through the intersection or go through the node. Yeah, so that side coming off the highway is actually not too bad. It's just going out, which is a problem, and coming in on this side, which, as you can see off the highway, is now cleaned up a lot. But just getting from the industrial area is now becoming a bit of a problem. But, you know, we shall also fix the road so we can make sure we have yield signs for oncoming traffic onto the roadway. And yeah, for some reason that's becoming a bit of an issue where everyone's just turning at that one spot, which is annoying. And I notice there's actually an extra node in there, which is a bit of a problem, a lot of a nuisance. So I'm trying to adjust that. So I shouldn't have to worry about vehicles actually going into the wrong lane. Just trying to see if I can adjust this so we have the vehicles trying to use multiple lanes, so if they're all turning down, have them turn in their proper line. So there we go. So they actually use both lanes if they need to, which I'm still trying to figure out how the traffic's actually trying to run itself, which it just doesn't make any sense, but we'll just kind of leave it as is now. There's a bit of an issue with our monorail. For some reason the line isn't actually connecting, which is odd. So it says it's functioning normally. Try turning it on and off. I'm going to try unplugging the cable, still nothing works. Seeing if maybe it's a connection with on the actual line itself that just doesn't want to connect anymore. It's kind of odd because it'll go along one side or the other side, but it won't actually run all the way around, which is very odd. It should be running around. And so dragging in and dropping the lines to the station, but it just doesn't want to do that. I'm just constantly trying to drag it over. Still just a bag of nothing. So, well, now I'll try one more time to kind of drag things around, but still they just won't connect at that one corner. Which again is still kind of odd. And so might as well just delete the road and we'll try putting it back in, because if it's just for some reason it's not wanting to connect, then maybe I just bungled something up on that connection. So we'll just kind of readjust it as is and pop that connection in there, see if this will kind of fix things. It's still showing the broken line connection. It's only showing it on one side now, not both sides, which is also kind of weird. So yeah, now it's connecting through on the one side, but it won't connect through on the other, which is also very, very odd. There we go, so that works fine. We got the monorail there. Then we'll try to see if we can just redo counterclockwise one. But again, won't connect that one last spot, which is annoying because it's still not properly going through this one last section. Looking through the section, it's still showing that, like, it's showing the track is fine, so it's like, why isn't this not wanting to jump over between those last two sections? It'll run everywhere else is fine, just not that one last spot. It doesn't make any sense. So turned off the other line just to make sure I'm only seeing the one line. Still not working, so we'll delete it again. And then we'll try adding this in one more time. And still just doesn't want to connect between those two stations. And that's what I noticed with this line, if you go there section, this one, that it doesn't want to, that's where the problem was lying, is that it was only going down the one track, which is, that was what killed it. And so now without that, it's now actually working, and then I started going the wrong way on that one, because I didn't want to go counterclockwise, because I already did the clockwise one. And then I got confused because I'm like, which side did I go with then? Did I mess up the other one? Because I just was half paying attention. I was doing this at like 2 in the morning. So I was like, I couldn't remember what I was doing. So redo this properly. There we go. Lines fully connected. properly labeled, except not because I goofed that up again. I forgot to hit enter. And there we go. Now the monorail is back to working normal because I boomered something up like 45 minutes earlier than that. And now time to kind of see if we can get this intersection working a little bit better we'll just throw in a roundabout. We'll control shift click on that to make it easier for the traffic to go around. There we go. So that hopefully should at least process more vehicles running through there. Thinking about doing it here, but with the park entrance right at the intersection kind of makes it hard to do that there. So we'll do it. Try to see if we can fix this just with adjusting the traffic lights. We'll see what we can do. We can adjust this one, drop that down a little bit slower because it doesn't need to be as long on that one. So hopefully that should kind of adjust it by giving more vehicles per minute going through in that one area. And you see all the vehicles turning at that one spot, which is kind of annoying. And now they're all turning down that way, which is odd. Don't know why they're turning down there. So we'll also put a time traffic light on here to make sure people can get in and out. I have vehicles that will turn around there, but still don't understand why they're all going the way they're going. But there you go. Now they're starting to use secondary lane, which I guess just the AI needs to figure out what it wanted to do, which sometimes takes a while for them to actually get that going properly. But there we go. So we're starting to feed more traffic through this area, so that hopefully should work things out a little bit better. Readjust some timing here, just try to make this a little more functional. The end goal is just trying to process as much traffic as we can, get that out of there. And there we go. So yeah, so this area, the industrial stuff has gone down, but the regular traffic from the highway has actually peaked back up again, which that's a lot of ebb and flow in that one. And so to finish things off, we'll just add in little bits and pieces of high density residential, just so we have those done in this area. So we want to make sure we get our bits and pieces around here, so we have a little extra growth, so it's not just all box standard. And we'll just finish it off by adding academic work, and then that will be it. So we'll just finish this off with flyby to see us off. And there we have it for tonight, folks. So, yeah, that'll finish off this area. There's still traffic that needs to kind of be weeded out, but I think a lot of this is just we need to get rid of the traffic, so we just have to wait for it to actually process itself out, because this is backed up a lot farther, which is now almost gone. That was backed up and it's almost gone. This is actually drained out. I think this is just a lot of it is just the traffic has to process through the city. Probably getting one more access point, probably going through over here, could probably do the trick. Just probably doing a road across here is probably something I'll probably do. Probably right here. This I'll probably connect that through. Probably on the next episode, we'll just do a couple of quick little connections through there just to make sure that there is traffic going across for anything that needs to. So just to give a little more option for people to get around. But that's pretty much it. And I think we're going to leave it for Suburbia for the most part. And as I said, that's what we're leaving here for tonight. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and all that, as it definitely helps the algorithm, helps the channel. So anytime you guys do that, it's always truly appreciative. And even if you don't, just watching itself is always great, especially on like Utreon, where my numbers are actually even better than on YouTube. So thanks to everybody who watches on Utreon. People watching on Rumble, thank you guys for watching on Rumble. You guys are a great audience as well. And even the guys on the library, the couple that actually do watch on there, thank you guys so much for watching on that. And of course, all the people coming from Facebook or Reddit, thank you guys for stopping by and actually watching my videos. And once again, I'm going to leave it here for tonight. So thank you so much for watching, and have yourselves a good night.